All right, we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. My name is Danielle Kirkby, and I am a customer success manager here at Service Rocket based in Wilmington, North Carolina. Today, we're going to cover how to take advantage of the top ITSM trends with Jira Service Management. Before we dive into the material, I want to share a little more information about us in case you're new to Service Rocket. For over 20 years, Service Rocket has been a leading provider of tech-enabled services, helping fast-growing companies in the acceleration of their growth. You can see here in this map that we have a global footprint and have offices and Rocketeers across the world. We are a Platinum Solution and Platinum Marketplace partner of Atlassian and can offer assistance with all of your needs. From software adoption to platform expansion, you have a partner in Service Rocket. As mentioned, my name is Danielle, but leading us in today's webinar, we are joined by the amazing Taiwo Ekindele, who is a senior solution architect here at Service Rocket and is based in our London office. Taiwo, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Thanks, Danielle. Hello, everyone. My name is Taiwo. I'm a technical consultant here at Service Rocket, and it's my pleasure to be discussing with you on the topic of today's webinar. In today's topic from our educational session series, we are going to be looking at how to take advantage of the top ITSM trends with Jira Service Management. For today's agenda, we're going to start by discussing the current top ITSM trends and how adopting these trends can impact your organization. We'll go over enterprise service management or ESM, Agile and DevOps, AI and hyper-automation, advanced analytics, and self-service. We will then discuss the value of Jira Service Management and how this tool may help you take advantage of the strengths and unlock high-velocity ITSM. As usual, we'll wrap up with a Q&A session at the end. So if you have any questions at all while I'm going through any of these points, feel free to put them into the Q&A box or the chat, and we can make this session more interactive. Danielle here will help moderate the questions for our discussion later on. So let's dive into it, shall we? ITSM platforms offer workflow management and related insights that enable organizations to design, automate, manage and deliver integrated IT services. But the problem is many tools are constrained by the old ways of working. ITSM tools need to catch up to the current needs of organizations and users, especially in a world where remote work, self-service, automation, and modern architectures are key to success. Knowing and incorporating the latest tech trends and more advanced features available in some of the tools in them, they can really help improve productivity and return on investment for organizations. So once again, these are the trends that we've identified as the top trends for ITSM at this time. Some of the 5 trends we'll focus on have been on everybody's radars for years now, while some have only just started gaining traction, especially with the rise of remote work since the pandemic, for example. And we'll be kicking off with enterprise service management. Next slide, please. Service management has evolved beyond delivering technology solutions to delivering business value. By taking advantage of ITSM strategies and applying them beyond IT to larger organizational processes. ESM takes ITSM principles of improving efficiency, productivity, visibility, and user satisfaction, and applies this to non-IT teams. Here's a quote from Roy Atkinson. Having a single source of truth for IT, facilities, HR, marketing, sales, customer service, in fact, for all lines of business, creates a better employee experience, and research has shown that it increases productivity. It is, after all, had to be data-driven when the data is scattered across the organization in proprietary pools. when you have different aspects of the business, having their data and their workflows in silos, and everything isn't coming together, you don't get as much value. But ESM actually allows being able to ESM having everything together on an ESM platform allows you to be able to apply some of those gains that we've seen from the improvements in ITSM over the years. Allows you to be able to bring this value to other business teams as well. And that code captures it very well. So with the rise of remote work during the pandemic, more organizations started to rely on ESM platforms to help manage remote environments and facilitate complex processes for all sorts of business teams, making ESM platforms critical for these businesses' efficiency and success. I think we can also add that most of the continuous improvement that ITSM has seen, for example, the introduction of AI and the new functionality that this brings, and the integration with other business tools, as a matter of fact, all translate quite well to other business processes as well through ESM. It's safe to say ESM platforms are redefining the way teams accomplish work. So what are the benefits of adopting an ESM platform? Next slide, please, Daniel. The first benefit we see here, obviously, is efficiency. Platforms provide a way to systematically map processes and workflows that allow for better prioritization and elimination of waste that come with the adoption of ticketing systems. And this benefits to ITSM services can also be applied to other business processes through ESM. Productivity, obviously, when things are more efficient, then the team is able to step away from dealing with the clutter of emails and chat, and can actually keep their work more organized and end up being more productive. This allows employees to also visualize the actual priority of the work at hand, and more easily stay focused on actual productive tasks rather than just managing information. Also, the additional visibility and collaboration between teams that ticketing systems that are traditionally an ITSM approach, this also is an added value that you can bring to other kinds of business teams, enabling the team to stay organized, have everything in a single place, collaboration across teams, seeing each other's data. All of this is enhanced with ESM. And this also provides additional reporting capabilities, making it easier for teams to identify issues or patterns, reoccurring issues, things that affect multiple teams. Basically, all of the data in an ESM helps to elevate the visibility of what's going on in the business. Of course, user experience is improved when you have clearly defined processes and workflows, when roles and responsibilities are well defined by the tool. Users have more awareness of what's expected of them. It's clear when an issue is resolved, when it's in a resolved state, when it's in progress, when things are falling behind. All of this level of ownership, awareness is heightened by the adoption of ESM platforms for any kind of team, any kind of business. And this results also spill over to the experience of customers who are on the receiving end of the service. Also, return of investment for ITSM solutions is positively affected as more teams utilize and collaborate on the same platform rather than scattered on different platforms. You tend to have less tools in use. Obviously, you also have spend less on licenses for each of the tools, and you even have higher adoption rates of the tools because there's more motivation to use a consolidated tool where everything is happening rather than 5 different tools just to get work done. And so this is another trend that we see in that you can take advantage of in your ITSM solution. Next slide, please, Daniel.
We actually have a question that came in. Why
Sure.
do we and/or you still refer to ITSM tool as an origin for an enterprise service management solution?
As an origin, I think what we are expressing is that most of I think the origin of the benefits that we see in an ESM platform are things that have traditionally been derived from ITSM tools, standardization, and processes. So some of I think in ESM, what we are doing actually is bringing some of those value, not just to a traditional ITSM setting, but in settings where different business teams, different other kinds of business workflows can also experience from, also benefit from that value. I think that's what we are expressing actually in this idea. I'm not sure if that addresses the question.
There hasn't been a follow-up, so I'll let you know if they post one.
Okay, yeah, happy to take a follow-up on that. Yeah. Okay, let's go to another trend. So another hot trend is Agile and DevOps. So by definition, Agile is an iterative approach to project management and software development. The focus, though, is collaboration, customer feedback, rapid releases. And if you look at what the focus is, you can see that this is something that different teams can benefit from, not just the traditional project management or software development teams. If you observe the trend in Agile over the years, you will see that it's becoming more and more popular with non-software teams as well. With DevOps, we also see that the innovations that the Agile approach has brought, we see DevOps applying these innovations also to operations processes. According to the 2020 DevOps Trend Survey, teams that practice DevOps ship better work faster, they streamline incident responses and improve collaboration and communication across teams. This transition or this trend to Agile methods has been progressing for 25 plus years now. And according to Forrester research, Agile and DevOps influences on IT ops have accelerated and will continue to grow through 2023. So we'll be seeing more and more of that. This wide adoption and interest is shown also in a recent survey from Forrester's research, the state of modern resilient operations. And from that survey, Forrester found that 53%, over half of those surveyed, said that they have Agile or DevOps transformations either underway in the organization or already complete. They've completely transformed to an Agile or DevOps methodology. The results from the Forrester study also show how cloud native is powering Agile, as most enterprises are using cloud technologies to power through their innovation and accelerate their adaptation speed, which is also an interesting trend. I think in addition to that, a recently released report from Gartner Research continues to highlight the importance of ITSM tools in supporting DevOps environments and agile processes. And so it is relevant to see how, JSM as your ITSM tool can help you get on this DevOps and agile trend. Next slide, please, Lenny. Yeah, so why is Agile and DevOps so trendy? Well, here are some of the benefits from the that you may already know. Collaboration and trust. Building a culture of shared responsibility within or across teams, working together early, engaging early and frequently. All of this helps provide transparency and faster feedback loops, resulting in higher performing teams, regardless of what the teams do, what their business is. Release faster and work smarter. Teams that practice DevOps release deliverables more frequently with higher quality and stability, as we have seen in the quote that I made previously. We see accelerated time to resolution because there's full transparency, there's seamless communication. All of this enable team to minimize downtime and resolve issues faster. There's also better management for unplanned work. You cannot predict everything in your team's workload, right? But how do you manage work that is unplanned? This agile approaches help to manage this unplanned workload better as well. With established processes and clear prioritization of tasks, teams can focus on planned work and keep unplanned work better managed. Next slide, please. So the next trend that is relevant to that we want to showcase also is AI and hyper automation. So the concept of hyper automation has been one of the top ITSM trends for years. And you'll see that some of the other trends that we'll talk about are, intertwined a little bit. Hyper automation is a technology that continues to grow rapidly and has even been driven more rapidly by requirements coming from, the nature of the way teams work since the pandemic. Businesses are always focused on reducing manual work across the organization, but especially so in IT. With the increase in remote work, one of the statistical trends that was seen since 2021 is that ticket volumes in ITSM increased by 35%. This was in 2021. Historically, it's been a 3 to 5% increase per year. So hyperautomation is extremely relevant now more than ever. The three main priorities in hyperautomation: improving the quality of work is one, accelerating business processes is another, and then improving decision making. So hyperautomation combines a variety of technologies like AI and machine learning to automate processes in significant and impactful ways where possible. Plus, IT service that's using AI reports, an increase in their support capacity of up to 30%. That is, they can get through more work than without the use of AI technologies. Another quote from a Gartner press release states that by 2025, 10% of enterprises that establish AI engineering best practices will generate at least 3 times more value from their efforts than 90% of enterprises that do not. So, most of the industry markers are showing that this is going to be key to that will make or break many teams in terms of their performance. Next slide, please, Daniel. So what are the benefits of AI or hyperautomation? Well, increased speed and productivity, obviously, because there's less manual work, and we're looking for opportunities to automate issue resolution. Enhanced analytics. This is offering real-time continuous intelligence to drive decision making with data. Of course, reduction in costs as well is another benefit, because we're using less resources by automating, and overall improved quality. As IT teams lose a decent chunk of their tickets to automation, that is, a couple of, a bunch of tickets that are solved by AI-enabled technology. Support is actually, the actual support personnel are able to utilize their time on more complex issues, more proactive issues, or more critical things, rather than repetitive or mundane tasks. These enhanced capabilities will only contribute to improve both the end user and customer experience, and just furthering the value of ITSM altogether. Please feel free to keep the questions coming in the Q&A box, or the comment section as we go along. All right, so the fourth top trend we'll be looking at is advanced analytics. ITSM tools contain invaluable data that can inform key decisions on team velocity, resource allocation, return on investment. So it is inevitable that platforms will continue to improve visualization tools to be able to analyze this data to better predict and plan for workload. Many platforms still provide very basic dashboards and reports that this can be hard to customize, or some platforms actually require that you extract reports using APIs and scripts. Not a very user-friendly experience. Forrester research highlights advanced analytics as a priority, as increasingly only ITSM platforms with solid applied analytics, like use of machine learning to score change risk, will achieve the highest rankings in the Forrester rankings, moving forward. For Gartner research as well, this is also a priority. They consider integrated AI for automated and assisted insight as one of the core capabilities required for a tool to be in their Magic Quadrant for ITSM platforms report. So the Magic Quadrant is a research methodology that Gartner uses to categorize vendors in the ITSM platform space. Charles Betts, who is VP and Research Director for Enterprise Architecture, Forrester Research, also said that advanced analytics will continue to infuse all aspects of traditional ITSM. That includes incident, problem, change, release, and request management. AI service management is an emerging approach that aims to solve the increasing challenges of traditional IT service management. And it focuses on proactive prevention of issues, faster restoration of services, rapid innovation, and the fanatical focus on the employee and customer experience. So a well-designed combination of AISM and AI engineering can help companies not only meet expectations for fast, accurate, and scalable services, but it can also exceed them and bring the entire ITSM experience back to pre-pandemic efficiencies. What are the benefits of advanced analytics? Next slide, please, Daniel. So data mining and analytics across all IT and business systems improve overall delivery efficiency and empower IT folks to uncover opportunities to align with and support broader business objectives in the business. The benefits also include enabling and empowering teams to make faster and better data-driven decisions, better planning and resource allocation, because you're able to predict workloads and see patterns or trends in your maybe support workload, better. Additionally, organizations are maturing more in the analytics of being able to manage data from ITSM and other data systems. This just helps improve overall data management practices. So the other trend that we'll talk about is self-service. Next slide, please, Danielle. Self-service capabilities enable your customers to resolve their own issues more quickly and efficiently, leading to a more satisfactory experience most of the time. Plus, customers expect to be able to find the information to resolve their own issues easily anyway. If I raise a support request for a service, if there's an easy way to have the information that I need to solve it by myself just presented to me automatically, I'd rather have that than wait for someone most of the time. Over the past few years, we've seen the innovations like chatbots, virtual agents, natural language understanding in self-service portals, all of this enhanced by AI, of course. Myself, Shaw from ServiceNow, which is a competitor to Atlassian in the ITSM space, says that organizations will seek assistance from AI with ML to fine-tune knowledge databases so that more relevant information is provided in real time, which is a very factual statement, actually. ITSM tools also notes in one of the articles that there's much opportunity today with experience-related data and intelligent automation to improve IT service delivery and support. Plus, improving employee productivity, improving business operations and outcomes is also a reality, if you have the right combination of tools and data. So what are the benefits of that we can derive from this self-service trend? Obviously, improving team productivity, because now the teams can focus on more complex tasks, because the more mundane things have been handled by self-service, powered by things like AI. Of course, there's faster and better customer service. And overall, there are cost savings because you're using less resources by making it more easy for customers to get to self-service. So you're using less resources to respond to requests. So yeah, cost savings. Next slide, please, Daniel. So we've looked at this 5 major trends, and now we want to look at how the Atlassian approach with Jira Service Management plays into that, right? So Jira Service Management unlocks IT at high velocity. It rapidly brings together development, IT operations, and business teams to deliver, operate, and support exceptional service in a cohesive way. Its key capabilities are well adapted to today's business needs. It also, leverages this market top trends and technologies that we've been talking about. JSM provides request management for all teams because it makes it easy for teams. Doesn't matter what they do, whether it's IT to HR, facilities, legal teams, beyond. It helps them manage route and triage work. Provides an easy-to-use self-service portal. Provides powerful reporting, configurable workflows, no-code automation, mobile access, and it's integrated to Jira, of course, which is a major bonus, and other Atlassian tools, obviously. So essentially, it's easily connected with other teams. So, that's something that's going for it. At Service Rocket, we've done plenty of JSM implementations for IT teams, where the rest of the organization gets a feel, for the tool, and then they, want to apply it to non-IT teams as well, marketing, different business teams. So already, if you're looking at an ESM transformation, the Atlassian platform is a very good foundation for that. JSM, you can say was made for the DevOps era, connecting DevOps to the rest of the organization. Too many times you find dev teams siloed away, disconnected from the rest of the business, doing their own thing. Even sometimes disconnected from IT. But JSM puts development and IT operations on an integrated platform, and everything sits on that Jira platform. And this helps to speed requests from delivery all the way to support, right? It enables teams to accelerate the flow of work, basically. But not only that, it provides automatic change requests from tools like Bitbucket pipelines, an automated risk assessment engine, deployment gating, and control from change requests, and even integration with AWS Service Catalog. JSM also provides collaborative incident and problem management with modern workflows to proactively respond and learn from every incident. Of course, you have flexible configuration. You have asset management as well. You can easily automate repetitive tasks with Jira automation. This is quite easy to build, fairly intuitive. Most importantly, of course, you don't have to have any programming background to achieve this kind of automations to improve the flow of your business processes. And then there's a ton of new features, and they keep coming in, with the Atlassian acquisitions. The Atlassian data lake and analytics have made it quite obvious that Atlassian continues to improve and evolve the platform, and fill in gaps that used to be there. Next slide, please, Daniel.
Taiwo, we actually have a couple of questions.
Okay, I'll take them.
Yeah, the first one, in my experience, more and more organizations are using ITSM tools to fulfill a basic need and an increased business demand. in a one-stop shop support kind of way. By supporting core business process and back office processes like HR, facility, etc. To make ITSM and or ESM really work, I assume an organization needs to have a certain maturity level in digital transformation. How do Service Rocket and Atlassian see this?
Yeah, absolutely. So regarding the, yeah, absolutely. I think we would agree with that statement that you need some level of maturity as a business in the way your team works. But then you cannot separate the team maturity or the evolution of the way teams work together, the way they, the culture, the team culture. You cannot separate that from the tools. You could actually drive this with tools. You could drive this, and I think that's part of what we do in our professional services. Part of what we do when we do digital or work with our clients on digital transformation is we don't just look at the tools, but we also look at the teams, right? In our workshops, for example, we try to understand what's the current culture, when we ask for what are the challenges that the business is seeing or that the teams are facing, we are listening to understand, what's the maturity level in the terms of the culture. But we do not see it as two separate things. So we think that by having the right set of tools, and of course, a goal to want to improve the culture, you can use these two things to support each other. But yeah, you're right. If you have all the right tooling, and even the right vision from, maybe the directors of technology in the businesses, but the individual teams are not yet mature enough, you're not going to have a very compatible situation. But yeah, at the same time, having the right tools, sometimes teams go into this siloed way of working, or this not very agile way of working. Also because sometimes because of the lack of tools and the platform that brings everybody together and actually encourages or facilitates collaboration. So yeah, we do agree with that statement, but we also feel that it's not something that has to happen in isolation to each other. The maturity and the tools, can both go hand in hand in transformation, in digital transformation. I hope I addressed that one.
Yeah, they said clear, thanks. The tool could be an enabler and implementation is key.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next question we have is, will you be going through a demo of how Service Rocket integrates within Jira for ITSM reporting?
Not in this webinar. Sorry, could you repeat the later part of that demo of what's the specific again?
Yeah, of how Service Rocket integrates with Jira for ITSM reporting.
ITSM reporting. So, okay, we won't have a demo in this webinar, but I was just trying to see, take that as if it's something that, if a demo of reporting, particularly in an ITSM environment, is something of interest. Sure, that's I think something to look at in the future. But yeah, not in this webinar. If that was the if that was the question. Yeah, I don't think we have enough time for that today. Yeah. But yeah, we'll take note of that. Thank you for that one, for that suggestion. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So next slide, please. So let's look at some of the, some recent industry highlights and trends, right? So the Forrester wave, based on their latest report, enterprise service management, they highlight Atlassian Jira Service Management actually as a leader in this space. The Forrester wave is a research methodology also used to classify vendors. And if you look at the top right, you can see Atlassian under the Atlassian platform under leaders in the ESM space. Forrester highlights that Atlassian's area of innovation, particularly value stream management, and their increase in the application of AI in the tools. Forrester also highlights that the greatest strengths of the Atlassian platform are its usability, the speed to value, which considers how quickly you can get set up and your business running on the Atlassian platform. So speed to value, flexibility, also obviously the ecosystem, the fantastic ecosystem and the integrations with other apps in the Atlassian suite as major strengths for Atlassian in this ESM space. I think we already talked a little bit about some of those. Forrester also mentions incident management as a capability being particularly strong, especially with the features of JSM, Ops Genie, and status page integration. So, but then if you also look at the recent acquisitions of Mindville and Tilt, Forrester also acknowledges that certain of the gaps of what has been considered as gaps in the old service desk or historically in the Atlassian platform, some of those gaps have been closing quite well. Gaps in UI and data management capabilities, including CMDB support. These acquisitions have helped to improve those features in the Atlassian platform. So all of this makes Atlassian a good fit for organizations looking for a comprehensively integrated service management platform for development, operations, and the variety of business teams that you may have. And next slide, we look at Gartner. So another leading industry research, Gartner Magic Quadrant for ITSM platforms that just came out. Atlassian again was highlighted as a leader for ITSM platforms. The report takes into account core capabilities such as IT support enablement, obviously through incident, problem, and knowledge management. It highlights request management, multiple engagement of users across multi-channel engagement of users, sorry. For example, there's the JSM portal, obviously, there's mobile engagement, and then more recently, even support for virtual agents, integration with JSM. And then if you look in the Atlassian marketplace, you find even more apps that provide integrations with JSM to provide even more channels of engagement with customers on the Atlassian platform. Change and release management is the adaptiveness of change and release management is also highlighted as a core capability. Service configuration management, service reporting and resource management, obviously the integration of AI for automated and assisted insight, workflow automation, and integration with other IT operations management tools. And of course, dev tools in the development tool chain, and other external service providers. All this, ease of integration is also highlighted as a core capability in the Gartner report.
Taiwo, we have another question.
Okay.
How does Service Rocket compare to EasyBI? We use EasyBI for creation of reports within Jira for ITSM and other various reports within other various departments.
Sorry, please, could you repeat that again?
Yes, of course. How does Service Rocket compare to EasyBI? We use EasyBI for creation of reports within Jira for ITSM and other various reports within various departments.
I'm assuming that the question, it may be referring to Service Rocket as a, I'm not sure if the person has, if the question has a particular Service Rocket app or one of our marketplace apps in mind by comparing it to EasyBI, but actually we do recommend EasyBI. We implement, EasyBI is I think it's one of the top apps we recommend from the marketplace for data visualization for most of our implementation projects. EasyBI is a good one. It obviously provides a lot more far richer reporting than what you have in the native app reporting. That's a good one. But yeah, except if I misunderstood the question. I'm not sure if the question was to compare something with EasyBI, but yes, we do recommend EasyBI.
Yeah, understandable. I'll let you know if they have any more follow-ups.
Okay. Yeah, all right. As we wrap up, just if you still need an argument for Jira Service Management, according to Forrester's Total Economic Impact Report, it's much easier, comparatively, to get value out of your Jira Service Management setup from day one, compared to, competing solutions for your service management or ITSM needs. You very much more quickly get up and running. The time, the cost of setting up with JSM and beginning to get value from it is much faster comparatively. A lot of the competing enterprise tools in this space tend to much longer lead to be able to set up till your team is fully functional, sometimes starting from 6 months, but a lot of things just work out of the box with JSM, and this has been acknowledged by Forrester's research as well. So increased ROI from the statistics to 246% return on investment. Faster time to value due to the average implementation time of 2 months for most ITSM implementation with JSM. And then the reports of improved efficiency as well, up to 61% improvement in productivity of your support agents. And there's a lot of testimonials, as you will see on the Atlassian website, about the experiences of customers who have moved to the Atlassian platform, not just for the ITSM teams, but for their ESM transformation. I think that's a good note to wrap up and perhaps take any more questions so that we're just in time.
Yes, we do.
I think maybe just before that, just before the Q&A, let me just take this chance also to invite our attendees to the ITSM event. Next slide, please, Danielle. Mm-hmm. So Atlassian is presenting the High Velocity ITSM event that is happening in London on Thursday at the O2. I'll be there along with other members of the Service Rocket team. Atlassian will be there, and other IT leaders in this space will be there. So also, if you in the closing session, there will be the guest appearance of will.i.am. I will have a closing session on music, technology, and getting in the groove. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Hopefully, I will see, perhaps we'll be able to meet any of you in person there. Of course, if you're not near London or can make it in person, there's a digital event that will be happening on December 13th. So you can sign up for that one as well. It's free. So this event will be available digitally as well, but that will be on December 13th. So yeah, just take note of the date, and you should be able to sign up from Atlassian website for this. So it's going to be, all things ITSM. Again, sorry, back to you, Danielle.
No worries. I just wanted to follow up around the question regarding the EasyBI dashboard. I believe they're more so asking about more specifically the support dashboards and reports, which is a beta app by Service Rocket. Right now it is given the beta status, and it's a very straightforward tool, created specifically with support teams in mind. So it does provide an out-of-the-box, easy-to-use reports functionality and a customizable dashboard. So, you guys are all free to give that a try for free, and we're always open for any feedback that you guys might have. And then just to note a couple of the key features, it's, easily keep track of important metrics with 5 built-in customer-centric reports that will provide insights into your team's performance. Access, surface, and share the right data. Live reports provide more accurate and complete real-time data, and customizable dashboards will allow you to view and share the information effortlessly and improve your team's efficiencies and planning with easy to set up reports that pull data from different sources within Jira and JSM. Gives you more time to focus on your customers and then improve team performance by better predicting workloads. So if you guys do give that a try and have any feedback, definitely feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear it. Taiwo, I don't know, do you have anything else that you wanted to cover on your end?
No, thank you, Danielle.
Awesome. Yeah, you're very welcome. And thank you everyone for joining us today during this webinar. If you do have any further questions or need any help from us here at Service Rocket, please feel free to reach out to us at sales@servicerocket.com. And I hope you guys all have a great day.